Today we are going to look at constructing Venn diagrams. These are a really common IGCSE question where you'll be given a scenario involving different groups, usually 2 or 3 groups, and some of those groups will overlap. Some students, people, whatever we're talking about, will fall into more than one group, and we need to take that information and represent it using a Venn diagram. That's what we're going to go through today. I'm going to go straight in to the first example. So we have 100 pupils in our group, and you can see we've got the Venn diagram already drawn, ready for us to use. So that means if there's 100 pupils in the group, that means the whole box has to contain those 100 students, okay? So all of the numbers we put into this box need to add up to make 100 altogether. Then we obviously have our S for Spanish circle and our G for German circle, and then where they overlap would be the students who do Spanish and German. The only languages available for them to study are Spanish and German. 33 study both, 41 study Spanish, and 68 study German. So where you can, if the question allows it, the best place to start with these questions is right in the middle of your Venn diagram, so where they're overlapping. So we are told 33 students study both Spanish and German. So that 33 goes into the middle of the Venn diagram. Now, 41 pupils study Spanish. That means this whole Spanish circle has to have 41 students in it all together. But we can see that the circle already has 33 there. So we need to take into account that we have already accounted for 33 of those 41 students who study Spanish. So to work out what is left to go in the Spanish circle, we need to do 41 take away 33, which would be 8. So there are 8 students who study only Spanish. There are 41 students doing Spanish altogether, but 33 of them also do German. There are only 8 students who just do Spanish. And then we do the same or similar for our German. So 68 pupils study German. So our German circle has to have 68 in it all together. But we have already accounted for 33 of those. So to work out how many students just do German, we need to do 68, take away 33, which would be 35. So there are 35 students who do just German. The last thing, and this is often the one that gets forgotten or overlooked, we have to remember that there are 100 students altogether. Right now, we have the 8 who just do Spanish, the 33 who do both, and the 35 who just do German. That only makes 76 students altogether, and we need to make sure we've accounted for all 100. So we need to do 100, take away that 76, which again was the 8 add 33 add 35, leaves us with 24 students who don't do a language at all. So they go outside here in the box. They are part of the universal set. They are part of the group of students that we are interested in, but they do not take Spanish or German, so they can't go into one of the Venn diagrams. But we have to find somewhere for them to go. So we put them in the box in the universal set. And that's it, we've answered it. So in terms of this question, A is 8, B is 33, C is 35, and D is 24. And if you add all of those up, you would get 100 to represent the 100 pupils that we had in the group altogether. Okay? The next one, I've included this because it's a little bit different to solve because we're not given the overlap. We have 90 pupils in this group. So again, our box, our universal set has to contain those 90 students. The only languages for this group are Spanish and Chinese. So again, I have an S circle for Spanish, I have a C circle for Chinese. 46 pupils study Spanish, 58 pupils study Chinese, and 20 pupils study neither. Now, we're not told how many study both. That is what we need to try and work out. So this time we're going to kind of start from the outside and go in. So I know 20 students study neither, don't do a language at all. So that 20 has to go outside here. Now, if I add up all the pupils that I've got so far, if I add 46 and 58 and 20, that gives me, let me quickly do it on my calculator, 46 add 58 add 20 is 124. That is 34 more students than my group. Okay, my group only has 90, so I've already gone over by 34. That is because some of the students need to be in the middle. They need to overlap. So some of these 46 and some of these 58 overlap because they do both. Okay, we need to work out what that number is. We have 124 students, but we've counted some of them twice. So if we take the 90 away, you get 34. So that 34 is the overlap. That is the students who do both, and that needs to go in the middle. And from there, we can work out how many students just do Spanish and how many students just do Chinese. Okay, so the whole Spanish circle has to have 46 students in it altogether. We've already taken care of 34 of those, or we've already accounted for 34 of those. So we need to do 46, take away 34, and that is 12. So we have 12 students who just do Spanish. And then for the Chinese, the whole Chinese circle has to have 58 pupils in it altogether. We've already taken care of 34 of them, or we've already accounted for 34 of them. So we need to do 58, take away 34, to get the number who just do Chinese. I did not type the right thing in my calculator. 34 is 24. Oh, I could have done that in my head. I do not need to use a calculator. So 24 students just do Chinese. Double check again to make sure that all of these four numbers, don't forget the universal set, have to add up to make 90. So if I do 12, add 34, add 24, add 20, that adds up together to make 90. So I know that I've got it correct. So a little bit different from the first one, and this kind of question doesn't seem to be as common as the first one. But you would start with the outside and work your way back in. Okay? And then the very last question is where you have 3 different groups. So we have 150 pupils in a sports centre are surveyed. The pupils can only use the swimming pool, the gym and the tennis courts. So this is going to be my swimming pool, this is going to be the tennis court, and this is going to be the gym. And I need to put the numbers in the correct place. 26 pupils use all 3, use the swimming pool, the gym and the tennis court. 33 use the swimming pool and the gym. 51 use the gym and the tennis court. 32 use the tennis court and the swimming pool. You can see where we're kind of going with this. 51 use the swimming pool, 92 use the gym, and 70 use the tennis courts. And we need to put the numbers in the right place, remembering that our universal set has to include 150 pupils all together. So, start in the middle. So we are told 26 pupils use all 3, the swimming pool, the gym, and the tennis court. So we put that right there in the middle first. I don't know why I did that. Okay, 26. 33 pupils use the swimming pool and the gym. So that is this section here. Okay, now it's the whole section. All of that part there is overlapping between the swim circle and the gym circle. So even though some of it also includes the tennis court, we are interested in this whole overlap here. So again, out of those 33 who use the swimming pool and the gym, we have already accounted for 26 of them. So we would do 33, take away 26 to work out how many just use the swimming pool and the gym, which is 7. So we put 7 there. The next one, 51 pupils use the gym and the tennis court. So again, this is this full section here, so that full overlap, even though some of it includes the swimming pool as well, we want all of the people who do tennis and the gym. There's 51 altogether, but we have already accounted for 26 of them, meaning that 25 students just use the tennis court and the gym. 26 of them use the tennis court and the gym and the swimming pool. And then finally for the overlaps, we have 32 students who use the tennis court and the swimming pool. So again, we are looking at this full section. We have already accounted for 26 out of those 32 pupils, which leaves us with 6 who just use the tennis court and the swimming pool. I thought I would use the wrong number there, but I'm good. Now I need to fill in the bits, the numbers in the circles alone. So swimming pool, we have 51 pupils use the swimming pool altogether. Now that means this whole circle has to have 51 altogether. As it stands, we already have these 3 numbers. Okay, so that makes 6 and 26 and 7 makes 39 altogether. We have to have 51, so we need to do 51 take away 39 to give us the number who just use the swimming pool, which is 12. And then we do the same for the other circles. So for the gym, what am I doing? I'm looking for this there. The gym, we've got this full circle, has to have 92 pupils in it altogether. We already have these numbers in the gym circle, so we have 25 add 26 add 7 is 58 people already. We need to do 92, take away that, gives us 34. So we have 34 people who just use the, I don't want to use blue. 34 who just use the gym. And the last one, we have 70 pupils who use the tennis court. So 70 pupils have to be in this circle. We already have 6 add 26 add 25, which is 57. We already have 57 accounted for. So we need to do 70, take away 57 to work out how many students just use the tennis court, which leaves us with 13. So that is 13. The final thing, do all of these add up to the number that we have? We have 150 pupils. You could do it by adding every single one of these numbers up. You could add all of these together, okay? And then take it away from 150. Or we know in this swimming pool circle, you have 51 altogether. No, I'm wrong. Add them all up. Ignore me. Add them all up. 13, add 6, add 12, add 25, add 26. Add 7, add 34. Gives us 123 students altogether. So we need to account for the remaining 27 to make it up to 150. So I have 150 in the box altogether. So I have to do 150 take away 123 gives me 27. Yeah, 27. So that needs to go in the universal set in the box on its own because they don't fit into any of the circles. I hope that helps. I hope it makes sense. These questions require a lot of practice, unfortunately, like a lot of things in maths. But it's kind of logic. It's definitely problem solving. But the only way to improve at these types of questions is just to keep trying them until you get it, until you can just work your way through it, follow the steps each time without having to put too much thought into it. Practice is the only thing that will get you there. But I hope this video helps. Have a lovely day.